All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Dennis Hancock, the CEO of Mountain Valley MD. And Dennis, good to see you again.
Hey, great to see you, Steve.
And also joining us, Mike Farber, of course, the Director of Life Sciences. And Mike, always great to have you back as well.
Same here. Great to see you, Steve.
So you've announced a really interesting news release today that you're going to do some testing within the animal husbandry. These are clinical trials. So Dennis, maybe you can explain to us what exactly is going on here.
Yeah, that's great. This is a really big evolution of our business plan. And people will recall originally when we started working with ivermectin, although we've been talking quite a bit about the human applications, the original business plan was geared around the husbandry and companion animal category. And this is a kind of a massive opportunity given solubilized ivermectin enables us to go after categories of animals today, frankly, that can't be injected. And so the press release this morning talks quite a bit about, the poultry side of the business, and then bringing lots of significant benefits across the broader, swine and cattle and larger animals. It really is just a massive evolution for us.
Yeah, Dr. Farber, maybe you could talk a little bit about just the size of the market we're talking about, because there, as we know, there are a lot of animals around the world.
Yeah, average consumption of protein utilizes approximately 70 billion animals per year. So it's a massive market. And a lot of these animals are prone to various viral infections, swine, swine flu. You have poultry, which are very susceptible to avian flus. Both of these flus have been known to jump to humans. And as you know, Mountain Valley is trying to basically be able to treat these animals to basically prevent the jump of these zoonotic infections into man. So I think it goes directly to our strategy of properly treating the animals that we consume every year and basically preventing disease from taking root in these animals as a means to forestall the next pandemic.
So just so people understand, are you finding a better way to do what's being done now, or is this a whole new drug application for animals?
No, currently ivermectin is used in animals. The problem is that its injectable is extremely viscous, and you need very large bore needles to inject it into swine or cattle. So the problem is that these animals have to be heavily restrained. The needles can cause massive infection because of the size of the bore. It creates a lot of pain in the animal. The pain can sometimes be of duration of 24, 48 hours. So what we've done is, in this case, we've been able to use our solubilized ivermectin to even use a needleless injector. So pain is dramatically minimized. The type of PK, the pharmacokinetics are vastly improved. And we can now look at injecting this into poultry, which is currently unattainable by the current varieties of ivermectin that are commercial.
Yeah, everything to make it safer on the animals. Absolutely. Dennis, I know that you've announced a special advisor as well, who is a veterinarian. Can you talk a little bit about that part of the news release as well?
Yeah, sir. Dr. Rondeau is a very big add to our team to bring the horsepower, not only just overseeing the design and efficacy of the trials, but also has a very strong background working with pharmaceutical partners. And of course, that's one of our main business objectives. So bringing him on as an advisor is a really, just brings the right horsepower against our business plan. Mm-hmm. One thing I wanted to build on too, just, this needleless injector idea, it's a very significant when you start to understand, well, how do you start, inject 70 billion, poultry, so the speed and the simplicity of today, people don't realize they take, a thick solution and might drop it on the back of a hen or chicken as an example. The ability now to do needleless injections, so there's a precision and efficacy that will be unmatched. We're certain of that. But the ability to do it, safely, because you're not injecting, even the livestock categories, needles breaking off into food supply, all of those issues are very significant when you think of speed and monetizing the commercial sides for ultimately our farming partners.
Yeah. And one last question, Dr. Farber, give me an idea about the timing of this. How long does a study like this take, and what sort of parameters are going to be involved in it?
Normally, these preliminary studies involve anywhere from 6 to 18 individuals, or in this case, it would be either chickens or swine or cattle. So these are preliminary clinicals. That would give rise to PK and efficacy and safety. And from that, we would go forward and discuss, let's say with the FDA, what they would next see in terms of the larger studies that they would need for approval. These things normally take about a month to a month and a half to be resolved, all of the data to be correlated, all of the analysis to be done, and then the final report to be ready. So anywhere from 45 to 60 days is what we're looking at for each of these studies.
Wow. It's super fascinating stuff. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Great to see you again, and continued success.
Awesome.
Thanks, Steve. Great to see you.
All right, there's Dennis Hancock, the CEO, and Mike Farber, Director of Life Sciences for Mountain Valley MD.